Today, I'm going to tell you why I chose to build a turbocharged Thai longtail riverboat, how everything went horribly wrong, causing me to lose $100,000 US, and tell you what we're going to do about this whole 250,000 subscriber giveaway situation. In early 2020, my YouTube channel blew up because of a few extremely viral Thai longtail riverboat videos. As I was approaching 250,000 subscribers, I had this great idea. Well, I thought it was a great idea. To build a Thai longtail riverboat powered by a big turbo 13B rotary and give it away to one of my first 250,000 subscribers. Spoiler alert, it all went horribly wrong, like terribly wrong. And today I'm going to tell you the entire story of the Titanic Thai longtail riverboat. So grab your popcorn, a cold beer, and have a seat, because this story is going to be extremely long and juicy, just like me. For people that are not like OG subscribers of the CB Media YouTube channel, I started this whole thing in the end of 2019, and my goal was to blow this channel up as quickly as possible. Like, I wanted to have 100,000 subscribers in under a year. Thankfully, I did that in like 6 months. And the reason for that was I was on the grind, doing everything I possibly could to create a viral video. I knew just one single viral video and it would change this YouTube channel and therefore my life forever. About 3 months after starting my YouTube channel, it happened. I got a viral video, and I'm going to be honest, I knew it was going to happen. I'd spent months searching out a way to get access to these long-tail riverboats that you see in like viral videos all over TikTok and Instagram and Facebook from here in Thailand. I used all my contacts, asked all my Thai friends, can someone please help me get access to one of these garages that build these insane turbo diesel riverboats? And it finally happened. In March of 2020, I got access, and I was able to tour a shop that builds turbocharged diesel longtail riverboats. They use the diesel engines, the 4JJs out of the Zuzu D-Maxes. I was able to get a ride, and it was an instant hit, racking up millions of views and taking my YouTube channel from a mere 6,000 subscribers to 40,000 subscribers in under 2 weeks. From that point forward, I continued to ride the wave of that viral video, pump out as much great content as I could, and I was rewarded with 10, 15, even 20,000 subscribers per month, all of 2020. And I was approaching 250,000 subscribers, and I wanted to do something special. It was 250,000 subs in under 1 year. To celebrate, I decided to build my own Thai longtail riverboat using a big turbo 13B rotary engine, and then give it away to one of my OG subscribers. If you were here under 250K, you had the opportunity to win your own Thai longtail riverboat. All you had to do is to buy one of the 250,000 Club t-shirts, hoodies, or mail me a postcard to my P.O. box here in Bangkok explaining why you deserve to win the Titanic longtail riverboat. Also, if you had no need for like a 400 horsepower turbocharged Thai longtail riverboat, like let's say you live in New York City, what are you going to do with a Thai longtail riverboat? Like, if you just had no desire to own something like this, there was a backup prize, $5,000 cash, and an all-expense-paid trip to Thailand to hang out with me for a week. As another play on the whole 250,000 subscriber thing, 10 of you would also win $250 cash. This is a really big deal, and a lot of people were very, very excited about it. Okay, let's talk about this timeline, like how things worked out, or did not work out. I do want to say this about the whole boat situation. 99% of the time when it comes to dealing with the engine, with the boat hull, with the assembly process, everything to do with this boat, it's not actually me dealing with the shops. I have a very good friend of mine who's Thai that manages this for me. It's not these shops are dealing with a foreigner. and they're screwing over the foreigner, because I know the comment section is going to be full of stuff like this. I have a Thai friend, and his job is to help me with this type of stuff, and so it is a Thai person dealing with another Thai person. I just wanted to make that clear before we got too deep into this. Immediately after announcing the 250,000 subscriber giveaway, I went and bought a 13B, and then I immediately took it to P-Lek at JICA Tuning. P-Lek is a total legend in the rotary industry. This guy has building 13Bs for like 30-something years. Within like a 3-day period, he disassembled my 13B, bridge ported it, reassembled it, fabricated all the accessories, and literally had this beautiful, stunning, titanium-covered 13B sitting there, ready to be dropped into a Thai longtail riverboat. And I just want to say thank you. I just want to say massive, massive thank you to P-Lek at JICA Tuning. This guy went above and beyond in every single situation. Everything we asked him for, he handled it within a proper amount of time, and the guy is a total legend, and he has been nothing but great to me through this entire process. After P-Lek completed the 13B, we got in touch with the shop that builds the actual hull of the boat. It's a fascinating process how they build these things. Everything's built by hand, and it is a legit wooden Thai longtail riverboat. These guys also did a great job. They said it would take about 2 weeks to complete the boat, and it was completed in 2 weeks. We had a completed bridge-ported big turbo 13B that should make 400 to 500 horsepower, and we had a Thai longtail riverboat hull. Next step was to take it to the shop that would take the engine and the hull and assemble everything together and turn it into a running, driving, longtail riverboat. We dropped it off at that shop in April of 2021. That shop needed to mount the engine, like actually mount the engine to the boat hull, mount the battery, wire it up, mount the fuel cell, do all the fuel lines, all the wiring, the ECU, make the propeller shaft and the propeller. This is what they needed to get done. And we were told that it should take 3 to 4 weeks. The goal was to have the boat running, driving, and in a canal by October of 2021. That was 6 months. So we had 6 months to complete something that should take 1 month. I had a very specific reason why I wanted the boat done in October of 2021. If you know anything about YouTube or you've watched some of my FAQ videos where I talk about how YouTubers get paid, the fourth quarter of the year is like YouTubers' peak season. The reason for this is because of the holidays. So all these companies, they want ads on YouTube because there's a high demand for ads. The price that YouTubers get paid per view goes up the fourth quarter of the year. And with my history of having viral videos with millions and millions and millions of views documenting Thai longtail riverboats, I wanted to time this perfectly. From October to December, I'd planned to make 5 videos with the Titanic. The first one was the initial startup, testing, and my first ride. The second video was me learning how to drive the Titanic. I never had any real intentions of racing the boat because it's absolutely terrifying and extremely dangerous, but it's my boat, so I had to actually learn how to drive it. The third video was going to be racing my 13B boat versus one of the 4JJ Isuzu boats. They both make about the same horsepower, but the 13B engine does weigh about half as much. Again, I wasn't personally going to race the boat because I don't want to die, but I do have a professional driver from the assembly shop that was there ready to race the boat for me. Video number 4 was going to be a good one. We were going to take the boat and strap like 6 racing seats, like Kirky aluminum racing seats, to the boat, hire a bunch of the Thai car models, strap them into these Kirky aluminum race seats with racing harnesses, and just rip them down a canal at like 100 miles per hour with them screaming, hair everywhere, total chaos. It would have been an epic video and definitely would have went viral. The 5th and final video was we found a canal that had a road next to it. So I was going to drag race. Well, again, I wasn't going to do it. I was going to film it and host the video. But my professional driver was going to drag race the Titanic boat versus a bunch of cars. Because we had a canal that had like a beautiful, smooth road next to the canal. So we were gonna do dig runs and roll races with my 13B boat versus like Toyota Supras and Skyline GTRs, and even my own V8 BMW E30. After all this was complete, after everything was shot, I was gonna jump on a plane, head back to Atlanta, Georgia to spend some time with my family for Christmas because I hadn't seen them in a couple years, and that was the goal. That was the timeline. That was the plan. Again, that was the plan. That was the plan. But over the next few months, we consistently checked in with the shop, the assembly shop, the people that were in charge of taking my 13B, mounting it to the hull, assembling everything, and getting this boat in the water. And we started noticing, I don't know, it was weird. Like, progress was not being made. Like, shit was not getting done. At first, this really wasn't a big deal because I had 6 months to get this boat completed. So, like, it was like, okay, yeah, you know, I mean, they'll get to it. You know, they're busy. You know, and they're helping me out. They're storing the boat at the shop. They're the guys that are going to actually drive the boat. They're going to maintain the boat. Like, you know, give them a break. It's fine. They got shit to do. You know, I don't want to be a tough customer. I'm in their country. But as things progress, or as things did not progress, but as time progressed, and still nothing was getting done, honestly, I was getting really worried. And there was just always like some type of excuse why nothing was done. Like, one of the mechanics got sick, or somebody's family member died and they had to go up to like the countryside, or a truck engine blew up and it was like a rush job. And it was like all like what sounded like legitimate excuses, but it was just like week after week after week after month after month. And it was just like, it got to the point where it was just like, what's going on here? Now listen, to be fair, you know, it was during the time of the situation. By the way, people always ask me why I say the situation instead of the C word, C-19 or anything like that. I don't know if it's still like that, but you know, back in the day when that was a thing that was going around in the world, you couldn't say the C word on YouTube or else you would get demonetized. That's why I always said the situation. Anyway, it was during the time of the situation. So a couple times a mechanic or like somebody else did get sick, and they did have to shut down the shop for a week or 2 weeks. I think it happened twice. But regardless, this is something, we had a 6-month timeline for something that should take 1 month. Remember this, 1 month's worth of work, and we have a 6-month timeline to complete it. After a couple months of nothing really getting done, and just excuse after excuse after excuse, we missed our October deadline. We got into November, and it got to the point where I had to make a decision. And the decision was made to pull the Titanic boat out of the shop and put it in a friend's warehouse for storage and go back and see my family for Christmas. I didn't want to leave the boat in their shop because I just didn't trust them to... I just didn't trust them. Now listen, I have to be very, very careful of what I say in this video because I have a great life and the last thing I want to do is screw it up. Thailand has really insane like defamation laws. If you say something that hurts someone's business, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. It can be absolute fact. It does not matter. You can be sued, locked up, or I could get myself or one of my friends hurt. I don't want to cause problems. I have a very good life here in the country of Thailand. This is where I want to continue to live. But also, at the same time, I'm tired of looking like the bad guy to you. You are the people that support me. At this point, we're almost 600,000 subscribers. And I could not live the lifestyle that I have without your support. And for the past couple years, the excuses and lies that have been told to me have caused me to look like the bad guy in this situation. And I'm tired of looking like the bad guy. And you deserve to know the truth. I can't go into too much detail because of just the way things are in this country. And here's what really pisses me off about this entire situation. Because the way like Thailand works, well, not just Thailand, it's all over Asia. There's a thing here called face, like is saving face. And it basically translates into like an ego or pride type of thing. And this like, oh my God, this really gets to me. This is like one part of culture here that I really struggle with because I have a huge pet peeve. I have like a major pet peeve. I hate it when somebody looks me directly in the eyes and lies to me. Like, I can deal with a lot of shit, but somebody looking me directly in my eyes and lying to me, and me knowing that they're lying to me, oh man, it really gets to me. But because of the whole saving face culture here in Thailand, you can't be like, hey man, you're a lying piece of shit. Stop lying to me. You can't do that because it causes the person that's lying to you to lose face. And it just makes the entire situation way, way, way worse. I mean, you can be hanging out at a bar somewhere and a Thai person can be sitting next to you and go, where are you from? Oh, I'm from America. Oh, cool. I went to Miami last year. There was a big snowstorm there in Miami when I went there. Had 8 feet of snow. And you just have to go, oh, snowed in Miami. Cool. Because if you sit there and go, hey bro, it doesn't snow in Miami, it would cause that person to lose face in front of the entire bar. I know it sounds psycho, but it's just like a weird cultural thing that they have here. And when I call, or my friend calls about a Thai long-tail riverboat that is supposed to be completed, and I get bullshit excuse after bullshit excuse after bullshit excuse for weeks and months, I'm not able to go, hey, quit giving me bullshit excuses and just do your fucking job. I'm not able to do that. And to be honest, it started really eating me up inside. Because as we progressed, again, time-wise, as we progressed closer and closer to October, when we were supposed to be starting filming with the Titanic long-tail riverboat, it started to really affect me. Like emotionally, mentally, it was a lot of pressure because there was a lot of money on the line. I told you guys, if you're one of the OG members of this channel, you'll remember at one point I made a video where I said I was not going to leave Thailand to go back to the US for Christmas unless that Thai long-tail riverboat was completed. And my family was counting on me to come back because they hadn't seen me for like 2+ years. There was a lot of money on the line, and it was very, very important for me to go back and see my family for Christmas. Because that year, we had a lot of family issues. Lost very important parts of our family that year. And I needed to get this boat completed. And for some reason, these people would just not work on my fucking boat. I spent a month in Atlanta with my family. It was great. I mean, actually, it was terrible. But it was great to see my family, and I love my family, and I miss them dearly. I wish they would come visit me in Thailand instead of me having to go back to Atlanta to visit them. If any of my family members are watching. After my time in Atlanta, I went to Dubai for a month, which was epic. I was able to rip around the sand dunes and like 1,500 horsepower twin turbo sand buggies and riding just crazy, super fast, like twin turbo Lambos and R8s. And then it was time to return to Thailand. I flew from Dubai straight to Phuket, where I hung out on the beach for almost a month, and it was really needed. It was super, super relaxing. After that, I returned to Bangkok, and me and my Thai friend who helps me out, we went and visited the assembly shop. I took them a very, very expensive high-end bottle of whiskey and sat down and had a conversation to figure out what we could do to finally complete the Titanic long-tail riverboat. And they agreed to take the Titanic boat back into their shop and complete the job that they started a year earlier. This was May of 2022. And once again, the timeline, the goal was to have the boat completed by October to get some viral videos in the peak CPM season of YouTube. Again, another 6 months. We had 6 months to complete this thing. A couple days later, I had a slide truck pick up the Titanic from the warehouse it was being stored in and drop back off at the assembly shop. At this point, they have mounted the engine. Like, the engine is mounted to the hull of the boat. I think the fuel cell was mounted as well, but the fuel lines needed to be ran. We needed to install the battery, do all the wiring, the propeller shaft, and the propeller. So we had 6 months to complete this. 6 months to complete something that should probably take 3 weeks. And they swore, they promised, we were on this, and we're gonna get this boat in the water, rocking and rolling, ready for October. Unfortunately, at this point, it became the same old shit. The weekly phone calls and the weekly bullshit excuses. And what I don't get is I got so tired of having to I wasn't even the one making these phone calls. My Thai friend who helps me, he's the one that's making these phone calls. I can't imagine how the shop feels. Like, if I was the shop and somebody was calling me on a weekly basis about a project that I was being paid to do, and I just had to think of an excuse every single week of why I wasn't working on the project, I would get exhausted from these phone calls. It would be easier just to complete the project, do the job that you were paid to do, and move on with your life. But for some reason, this was not the case. And months went by with little to no progress being made. And you know, for like a year plus, I would be out on a Saturday night somewhere, shooting pool, having a couple beers, just hanging out. And people would see me. They were always like shocked. People are always shocked to see me. They're like, hey, what are you doing here? Same shit that you're doing. I'm like having a beer and shooting pool and hanging out on a Saturday night. But anyway, the one question that would always pop up is, hey man, what's going on with the Titanic longtail riverboat? And I would never be able to give anybody any updates. Like, even now, I can't tell you exactly what is going on, like what went on. I can't tell you what the delay was. People are always like, what's the big deal? Like, what's the problem? I don't know. I don't know why it never got completed, because I don't know the truth. Because every single time we would call to get an update, all I would get is bullshit excuses. So if you're looking for like a hard reason why it never got completed, me too. I don't know. I literally don't know. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Around July, I think it was around July, we had the introduction of Fuel Tech USA. So you probably know who Fuel Tech is. They're like a legendary ECU company. They manufacture standalone ECUs for a bunch of different applications. And they got word of the Titanic, and they came in as a sponsor of the Titanic longtail riverboat, hooked me up with an ECU, the full like super nice display and everything, and got me connected with the people that run Fuel Tech here in Thailand, like the main tuner and everything. This was kind of like a light at the end of the tunnel for the Titanic boat. Because once these guys came in, I don't know if there's some type of like social thing here as far as where people stand on like the social sphere here in Thailand. But once they came in, like progress was actually getting done. Like they would call the assembly shop and make sure that shit actually got done on the boat. And I had hope, like things were actually going to happen. This boat actually might get finished. For the second year in a row, October came and went without the Titanic being completed. So I set a new deadline. The new deadline was the boat needed to be completed by mid-November. The reason for this was I was leaving to go to the Philippines in November to go to a car event there and film some videos in the Philippines. The plan was the boat needed to be completed. We test the boat, make sure everything's good. I head over to the Philippines for a couple weeks, do my trip there, shoot my content there, come back to Thailand. As soon as I land in Thailand early December, we spend the month of December pumping out all the content that we had 5 videos planned for the Titanic. And my goal was to literally shoot 2 videos a week with that boat till we got all the content completed, and then just post the videos as I could and just forget about getting the content up during like the peak RPM or CPM season of YouTube. I just wanted the boat completed. Guess what? They missed the November deadline as well. And while I tell you all of this, listen, there's going to be guys in the comments saying, oh, my Evo has been at a shop for 2 years or this or that. Especially over the past couple years, there were situations where people couldn't get certain parts. A lot of factories around the world were shut down. Manufacturing was all screwed up. Shipping was all screwed up. This is not that. It's everything that we need to complete this boat is pretty much within a 10-mile radius of the shop. But yet again, they could not meet that deadline, something that should take a couple weeks to complete. Anyway, while I was in the Philippines, they put the Titanic in the canal for its first test run. I was in the Philippines, so I didn't get to see it, unfortunately. Well, actually, probably fortunately. I think it was really a blessing in disguise because they put the Titanic in the canal and first rip, completely destroyed the engine. Overboosted the engine, blew the engine up, had to yank the engine back off the boat and send it back to JICA tuning to completely rebuild the engine again. I basically told them, listen, I'm not going to make videos with the boat this year. At this point, it's early December. I'm not going to make these videos, the 5 videos we had planned, but I have something that I do want to do. And middle of December was Connection Thailand Under Up. This is hands down the biggest car event in Thailand. It is massive, massive. It's drag racing, drifting, tons of hot girls, massive car meet. And I sponsored the event. CB Media actually sponsored the event. I had my own booth. I was giving away t-shirts. I had cream pie there, my wide body V8 BMW E30. And I specifically got a certain booth at the event that next to the booth had a massive space, like a massive free space there. Because what I wanted to do was to park the Titanic next to my booth. And during the afternoon, like around 4 or 5 p.m., when everybody was at the meet, the plan was to start the boat for everyone. Just let it start and run and give it a few revs around 5 p.m. so everybody can come take videos, take photos for TikTok, YouTube, whatever. That was the plan. I told them the boat has to be in running condition. The engine back on the hull, everything wired up, ready to go. All I want to do is start it for 3 minutes and give it a couple revs. December 15th, Connection Thailand. Please have this thing in running condition. Even though JICA Tuning had the 13B back at the shop within a couple days after it being grenaded, unfortunately, the shop procrastinated on reassembling the engine into the boat. And it got to the point where it was just a couple days before Connection Thailand Under Up, and they finally started working on it. And, well, we had problems. I wish they would have started this when the engine was delivered, a week and a half earlier, but unfortunately they didn't. So we were in a situation where just 48 hours before Connection Thailand Under Up, where that boat was supposed to be there, and I did not have a running boat. This video is actually difficult to make because me just talking about this right now, I'm angry. You cannot imagine how angry I was in that moment. At this point, it was, I don't give a shit about face. I've reached my breaking point where I basically told my friend who helps me, no, you tell them. You get that fucking boat running and you have it at Connection Thailand. No excuses. I don't want to hear excuses. I don't care. I don't care what your excuses are. Get the fucking boat running and get it running now. I was done, bro. Right now I'm pissed just thinking about how pissed I was. And guess what? The boat didn't get running. There was just more excuses. They said, we're busy, we don't have time, this, that, whatever. Maybe the day of the event, we can put it on a tow truck and I can send it to my friend's shop and he can try to get it running for you. Speechless. I was like, whatever. I went to the car meet. I tried to enjoy myself. I did make an epic YouTube video, by the way. And a few days later, I got on Facebook. Now listen, I don't use Facebook. I hate Facebook. I wouldn't still have an active Facebook account if it wasn't for my Thai friends. Thai people love Facebook. And it's also like a way that I find out about a lot of events. A lot of my Thai friends will be at a drag race event or something, and they'll send me a message, hey Chad, there's a cool drag race happening, you should come. So that's the reason I still have Facebook. And if I post something on Facebook, I'm posting it because I want my Thai friends to see it. And I made a post. It was something along the lines of, building this long-tail riverboat was one of the worst mistakes I've made. Well, one of the guys that work at the assembly shop saw my Facebook post and he didn't like it. So he called my Thai friend that helps me out and said, hey, you need to come get this boat. You need to come get the Titanic boat and get it the hell out of our shop. We're not working on it anymore. I'm like, you are mad at me. You are mad at me? The audacity of them to be upset at me over the Titanic boat situation just blew my mind. You know what? Fine. Call the tow truck and get the boat the hell out of that shop. And the boat is back at the same warehouse it was 1 year ago in pretty much the exact same condition. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I am done. I am so incredibly done. The hull and the engine itself, the 13B, are both currently for sale. If you're interested in purchasing either, just go to my website, cbmediaonyoutube.com, and send me an email. I know a lot of you are extremely upset that the Titanic will not be completed, but I promise you no one's more upset than me. No bullshit. By not finishing the Titanic, I am losing out on 6 figures USD of income. I know this is hard to believe, so I'm gonna break it down for you. I've made 3 turbo Thai longtail riverboat videos on this channel, and this is what those videos made. This is the YouTube AdSense from each one of those videos. Now remember, with the Titanic, I had planned to make 5 videos. 5 videos, if they only made $5,000 per video, would be 25,000 US dollars. I know for a fact, a couple of those videos, especially the one with like 6 big titty Thai models strapped in Kirky aluminum seats, ripping down a canal on a 13B big turbo riverboat. Like that video would not have made only $5,000. That video probably would have made triple or quadruple that because it would have got 10+ million views. Besides the AdSense money, think about this. I already had the official Titanic apparel line designed, and for my 250,000 Club apparel, I sold over 1,000 shirts in a video that has about 150,000 views. Now, if I had 5 Titanic videos that each got, I don't know, 150, 550, couple million, 5 million, 10 million views, think about how many Titanic shirts and hoodies would have been sold off promoting that apparel line in those 5 videos. I also had multiple brand deals in place for the Titanic boat series. When we were getting close to getting the boat completed, when I had hope that it would actually be completed, I reached out to a couple companies that I work with for sponsored videos and offered them sponsorship deals on this boat series. And of course, they immediately jumped at it. Now, I can't tell you how much these brand deals were worth. If you take the tens and tens of thousands of dollars that I would have made off AdSense money, the tens and tens of thousands of dollars that I would have made off the Titanic apparel line, and the tens and tens of thousands of dollars that I would have made off brand deals, I'm pretty confident that I can say that if this boat would have been completed and I did the 5 video series using the Titanic longtail riverboat, it would have resulted in 100,000 US dollars worth of income for the CB Media YouTube channel. And when I say this to prove to you that nobody wanted this boat done more than me. A lot of people are upset that it's taken this long. A lot of people are going to be even more upset when they hear it will never be completed. But no one is as upset as me. And all of this said, I am extremely grateful that this entire Titanic boat situation is finally over. I don't want the $100,000. What I want is my mental health and my sanity back. The reason this video took so long to make is I didn't want to just make this video telling you about the problem. I also wanted to come with a solution. Just a general life tip. If you have to tell anyone ever about a problem, your boss, a customer, your parents, or whatever, just don't go, hey, there's this problem. Go, hey, there's this problem, and here's the solution. This was the solution to that problem. It's a ute-converted BMW that I bought to replace the Titanic in the 250,000 subscriber giveaway. But it is censored for a very specific reason. See, a lot of you guys probably don't know this. Well, if you're on my Patreon, you do know. But this past summer, I spent 3 months working for one of the largest TV networks on planet Earth to help them film one of the most notorious TV shows on planet Earth here in Thailand. I helped them source vehicles, purchase those vehicles, modify them, and plan their Thailand episode. Once the episode was finished, I bought one of the cars from the Thailand episode, and of course, they banged it up pretty bad. So I had to spend thousands of dollars on body work, replacing windshields, and of course, they destroyed the transmission as well because they drove the living hell out of it. So, after spending thousands of dollars purchasing this vehicle and repairing all the damage that was done, to use this as a replacement for the Titanic in the 250,000 subscriber giveaway, well, I got this text message. Come to find out, there's some rule put in place that this vehicle cannot be used in any type of raffles, giveaways, or even promotional content, which means this cannot be used as a replacement as the Titanic, and I can't even make YouTube videos with it. Yeah, well, I just wasted thousands and thousands of dollars on this thing for absolutely no reason. But it is for sale. I know you can't see it, but if you're interested in a very special, one-of-a-kind, ute-converted BMW that is part of Thailand automotive history, email me because it's for sale. We do have some unfinished business though. That's the 250,000 subscriber giveaway, which is finally going down May 1st, 2023. I'll be going live here on the CB Media YouTube channel, May 1st, 2023. And we will be doing the raffle where one of you will win $5,000 cash and an all-expensive paid trip to Thailand to hang out with me for a week. Obviously, the Titanic long-tail riverboat is no longer an option. By the way, when I say one of you, I mean one of you that were here under 250,000 subscribers, bought a 250,000 Club t-shirt or hoodie, or sent me a postcard. Plus, another 10 of you that meet those same requirements will also win $250 cash. Well, not cash. I'll probably PayPal you. Regardless, this is your final notice. May 1st, 2023. The 250,000 subscriber giveaway is finally going down. I'll see you guys then. Peace.